Uh,
Yes,
then what happened was
if I'm not mistaken,
the governor vetoed it.
if I'm not mistaken,
And
Colorado did as well last year.
no kidding, of all places.
right?
So
It
I may
all,
be
best I can
wrong.
tell, it all relates back to the certificate of sourcing. You know, they want some regulation around where this stuff comes from and that kind of thing is what I'm reading into the legislation I'm reading on that. But we're glad we got a couple of key clients and it's helping us out.
No, let me correct that. They made it legal for people who are 21 and older. So it was unregulated, and now it's legal for 21 and
Gotcha.
older in Colorado.
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally.
And it's got a cap on it. It can only be sold through dispensaries, where a year ago it could pretty much be sold everywhere.
Yeah, gotcha.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well, since we've gotten underway here, I see that Vanessa has joined us and Ernesto has joined us. And for everyone, I started recording. So welcome to the delayed July edition as we all do summer and real life at the same time. So Sherman, it's good to have you back and get connected. And
Good to be
Stephen,
here.
glad you're back and participating and doing all kinds of great things. Mark, why don't can we ask you to give us, because you're always the guru of what's happening, what's the trend of the summer. And I gotta say, I was in a couple of liquor stores recently in different parts of the country, and I can't figure out the RTDs. There's so many. It's like, what? And so many of them are like 5%, ABV, there's the low alcohol. And, at the same time, you've got full cocktails and they're kind of mixed together. It's like, wait, which one's which? So, yeah, Mark, how's the consumer faring in that space? Uh-oh, I think Mark might be frozen. He said his Wi-Fi was wonky.
I apologize. My internet's been a little clunky the last couple of days, so if I lose you, I'll try to jump back on, but it keeps
What
telling me it's unstable.
you could do
Uh,
is shut,
but
stop.
anyway, beer is soft.
Uh-oh.
What was
Mark,
that?
try to maybe stop your video. It'll save some of the bandwidth and your audio will work just for while you're talking.
Gotcha. Gotcha. There we go.
Yep. So
Okay.
tell us what did you say?
So Steve Sherman actually hit on some of it. Cannabis, the cannabis category continues to grow. Beer is soft. Beer is down. The only growing categories in beer are super premium, import simply because of Constellation, but Constellation is experiencing some softness. As you know, I think they had their first down month in incredible 40 or 50 some months of growth. So they're beginning to soften, and we don't know if that's because of the ICE situation or tariffs, or not exactly sure why, but we're seeing a softness there. The new drinkers coming into the category, like you mentioned, Michael, are drinking these flavored RTDs. They love flavor. Flavor is the big word
Yeah.
with drinking. We don't have any bench strength there. Drinking, sort of, the regular premium products. So um, I think beer dollars were off 2.5% for the year last year, and volume was off something like 4.5%. So it continues to slide. We see a lot of people not going out as much. There's three ways to increase your volume. That's get new drinkers, get them to buy more when they're out, and get them to go out more often. And those three are not happening. They're not picking up as much when they go out because they don't have as much money in their, for their shopping cart. And they're not going out as much. They're quick, go to the grocery store, just pick it up outside. And again, their disposable income is down. So
Mm.
we are preaching you can't just be a beer distributor anymore. You need to be a beverage distributor. You need
Right.
to have energy drinks, juices, waters, milks, sodas. You're not going to be able to rely on anymore. I mean, I think obviously you've still got to hang in there with your big brands and that sort of thing, but you've got to add to it or you're not going to be able to grow your business.
Mm.
So that's sort of a quick 30,000-foot overview. Questions or thoughts?
I have a
Can you
question
still
about,
hear me?
yeah, I can you hear me. Um, Mark, I think the
Yeah.
question I have goes back to this topic we've addressed a lot, no alc, because it seems like every brand, most every brand now has a no alc offering in the beer aisle. Is that showing up in a significant way in numbers? Do you track that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The better for you category, and I neglected to mention that category, but people are looking, particularly young people, new drinkers are looking for products that are good for them. They don't alcohol free, and provide something good for them, whether it's, probiotics or, antibiotics or, whatever, is good for them and good for their health. So the good for you category is growing. And you're right, most of the big players have now all, and actually Athletic was probably one of the leading companies, to get into the NA category and experience tremendous growth. Zero will probably be the second brand behind the Athletic. And then, everybody else got in the pool. Coors
Yeah,
is in. I
it's
mean, everybody's jumping into that pool now
yours.
because they know that consumer is looking for that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm going to guess that more Heineken Zero is sold because I only see Heineken Zero. I don't see regular Heineken on menus. Um, and I think, you got Heineken, you got Corona, um, Peroni, everybody. And it's really crazy. Yeah.
I drink Mick Ultras, the Ultra
Ultra.
NA
Yeah,
Yep.
I
29 can.
think, yeah. Yeah, and I think we're going to see that trend continue, and I think you'll probably see many of the big players put some advertising dollars behind that. You'll probably see some marketing push. Um,
Well,
we're happy to see that, from the beer standpoint, there's a little better advertising coming out. You'll see some more comedic working on that. I know Coors Light is working on it. I'm sorry, uh, Blue Moon is working on that with some what's the guy from Saturday Night Live?
There's a lot of
Oh,
guys.
can't think of his name. But anyway, they're coming with some. Yeah, one of the guys. So they're trying to get back to humor. They're trying to get back to quality of product. They're trying to get back to fun and and uh, you'll probably see better advertising from the beer guys and
Mm,
hey, can I make a comment on this topic?
sure.
So, as I'm now sort of shifting into consulting,
sure.
one thing most people don't know about my past is that 25 years ago, I was buying brewery overstocks and excess capacity from distilleries in the US and elsewhere and shipping into China. And because of that activity, I've had people reach out to me recently, um, especially in the RTD space. And for example, I really don't want to get involved in brokering overstocks, but I have agreed to take on one client, and I'm sitting on 75,000 cases of a William Grant and Sons product that I've been asked to find either an offshore buyer for or a buyer west of the Mississippi. And I'm not going to chase buyers west of the Mississippi. If someone comes to me, that's fine. But, using some of my old Asia contacts, but this is a single lot deal where somebody has said there's just too much in the space and we need to get out of it. And it's not William Grant Sons, it's one of their importers.
Hmm.
And so, but I mean, I've gotten a dozen of these calls in the last 2 months where someone has said, we've got all these RTDs, and the only reason I've taken this one on is it's William Grant Sons.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not a smaller brand, it's a major brand. And in fact, I'll even tell you guys what it is. It is, where'd it go? What's the name of this product? It's the batch and bottle finished goods that they put on the market. See if I can get a.
So is it a cocktail in a 750?
It's a
Is that kind of
cocktail
what
in
it
a
is?
375.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the Royal Batch brand. And so it's like a Glenfiddich Manhattan. It's
Yep.
a monkey shoulder old fashioned.
Hmm.
But it's William Grant branding, U.S. market. Um,
That's that's distinctive. We're sampling a lot for uh, Post Meridium
mhm.
and Tip Top cocktails.
Well, Tip Top's made
And
some really good moves, especially the
yeah,
partnership with Delta. I mean, the
yeah,
cocktails aren't great. I
Yeah.
mean, I actually had a discussion with one of their people about my helping them with one of their flavors about 6 months ago, and it went nowhere. But they actually asked me if I could do some help. They talked to Golden Moon 18 months ago about our absinthe and our creme de violette for a tip top cocktail. And that was, and that went nowhere either, but they're doing really, really, really well. But they're sort of the
yeah.
bottom end of the market, right?
Well, Post
Yeah.
Meridium is less expensive in any market than Tip Top is a little bit,
And
but
they're
I'm
good.
intrigued. I'm
Buzzfeed
intrigued by
is
that William Grant move because that's branded liquor in the can. That could have really
great money.
interesting legs.
Well, and I'm not dealing with William Grant. Let's be very clear
Right,
here. I'm dealing
right.
with someone that is offloading new stock at 75,000 cases,
Yeah.
which is, however many skids it is. It's a lot of skids. I mean, it's
So they had high expectations for it domestically,
someone
and
did. Someone
yeah,
did, yeah.
yeah.
And actually, it's funny because I had a conversation yesterday in the Indian market. And so I know a lot of people here aren't focused on India. India has a non-tariff trade barrier in their ever-changing and growing complexity quality standards. And the guy I spoke to yesterday is the former managing director of Allied Domecq from 25 years ago, who's been in the Indian market in the beverage world. He's a Brit for at least 40 years. And I mean, I did business with him, a quarter century ago. And he basically came back to me and said, Stephen, my customers would eat this up, but with the quality standards in India right now, there's no way it would work.
Hmm.
Which is too bad because the stuff's dirt cheap and it's in pristine, it's ready to go.
What get into that a little bit more? What specifically would be the issue
So
with?
India has some very restrictive quality and labeling requirements, and a number of these have changed in the last year on finished goods. And it is viewed, if I were a betting man, people saw the Trump administration coming in and realized that the U.S. would push for lowering of alcohol tariffs in India, which I think we're all aware were 150% previously. They're down to 100% now, which still doesn't give us a whole lot of traction.
Hmm.
The other thing that they're seeing is there's also negotiations with the Brits for a free trade agreement. And so the alcohol industry in India and the regulators said, all right, if we're going to have to drop the tariffs on alcohol, and this is not just alcohol, it's food stuff, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. There's still a very significant protectionist move in the Indian market. And so if they're going to have to bring down their tariff barriers, they're going to increase non-tariff barriers
Mm.
to protect domestic production,
Hmm.
which is frustrating to me, especially considering in our space, a lot of the lower end of the market in India is cashew apple spirit that's really poor quality. And I mean, I've actually done some consulting with a producer of that stuff. And I mean, you can make beautiful brandy out of cashew apples. I know a lovely young lady in Kenya that's making world-class brandy out of cashew apples. I've given her a little advice. But in India, most of what's sold is rot gut.
Mm.
And you know, they're trying to protect that industry, but they're not doing anything to help that industry. It's a little weird. India is a tough place to work. Um, but at the same time, I'm still seeing a lot of people asking me what's going on with bourbon from the Indian investment side.
Right.
And RTDs, at least on the higher end, could be huge in India if you can get through the quality controls, because most of the Indian higher end consumers are drinking in the hotels. And so you could bring those into the hotels and into the private clubs and literally just serve it right across the bar. Open the can, open the bottle, and you're done.
What are you seeing in terms of any of the bulk bourbon that's going to India? How is it being used? Are
Bulk.
they
So right now, the bourbon market in India is dominated by two brands. Jack Daniels, who doesn't claim to be a bourbon, we know they are. I am, and I've argued with the Brown family about this for years, but okay, whatever, right? And Jim Beam. Jim Beam really has two product categories in the market. They've spent decades building. Uh,
those are finished goods. So I'm
well, no,
I'm
no, 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 they're not. That's what I'm saying.
bringing as bulk.
So Jack Daniels only imports finished goods currently. Jim Beam, and this is why it's germane, has two product lines. They have Jim Beam exported made with U.S. water, bottled in the U.S.,
Yeah.
and they have Jim Beam made with Indian water, bottled in India.
Mm.
And so and what the Indian market perception is, which is why I'm going down this rabbit hole. The Indian market perception is that the U.S. bottled product is higher quality. And I can tell you it's not. I've tasted the two next to each other, and there is a little bit of a flavor shift, but they're using RO water in all their deep proofing and bottling operations in India, and they've spent decades bulletproofing the process. And Indian bottled Jim Beam is as good as U.S. bottled Jim Beam.
Are they calling it bourbon?
Yeah,
Even though it's in India, it's produced in India and aged
it's
in India.
distilled in the U.S. Is they're shipping bourbon in
Okay,
bulk.
so
They're
okay.
deproofing and bottling in India. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. This is a bulk export from the
All right.
US.
Yeah.
There are other people looking at it. I mean, I got an email yesterday from a distillery owner saying, can you give me a proposal for a 3-year contract for you to source bourbon for us that we could bottle under your gunfighter brand, which I still own.
Yeah.
And my comment is I need volumes because, I'm not going to write a proposal unless there's enough investment behind it to lock down stock. Because
Yeah.
you know as well or more than I do how
Yeah.
volatile that world is right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's a potential for RTD there as well, produced in India.
Mm.
And there are RTDs being produced in India.
Hmm.
So, non-alc spirit substitutes are probably not going to have any traction in India anytime soon. Because a lot of tea, a lot of fruit juice. Remember, there's a huge Muslim population in India as well. So every bar has heavy fruit centric or tea centric
Hmm.
non-alc products that are just accepted.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see what we're seeing in the US and maybe in Europe. Um, but India for whiskey in particular, if the trade issues can be removed, I think is a land of opportunity. But it's
Hmm.
still going to be very Scotch centric.
Yeah.
But the market's so bloody big. If we can go from our current American whiskey market share in India and move the number by a few percentage points,
It's
someone's
huge.
going to make a lot of money.
Yep. Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of people trying to figure it out. But
I've been trying to figure India out. I mean, so as background for everybody, I ran Ford's supply chain in Asia, and I had a side business 25 years ago when I was sitting on my butt in Delhi, India, where I was buying all the overstocks from Pabst and Stroh's and shipping them into China. But germane to this discussion, I ended up buying excess capacity from Allied to Mac in India, which was blended Scotch distilled in Scotland, bottled in India, and then we were buying excess capacity to alleviate Allied to Mac export credits with the Indian government and shipping that through Hong Kong into China. So I've been dancing with India for a long time, and I still
mm,
ain't figured it out.
still working on the steps. Ernesto, how are you doing? What's new in the world of tequila?
Morning, buenos dias, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing well, the tequila. Agave is still cheap. It bounced up a little bit. What, 5 pesos a kilo. Business is a little flat. People here in California, I heard a little mention about ice going on. People are not going out. People
Mm,
aren't going anywhere. People are staying home. People are saving their money. I mean, Hispanics are the majority here in the state, and this is it's affecting everybody everywhere. Restaurants are empty, stores are empty, freeways are empty. It's kind of crazy.
freeways
And
are empty. That's a big one.
yeah, I mean, and the people that are for it, they obviously they love it. So yeah, I could, I'm not stuck in traffic. I'm not this. I'm not, yeah, but eventually this is all going to catch up. You guys mentioned also cannabis a little earlier. There was a raid at the largest cannabis grower here in
Right.
California
Yeah.
2 3 days ago or yesterday, something like that, and they arrested 200 people. So
Wow.
Oh, you muted yourself somehow. Hit your space bar, maybe.
there you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, it is kind of crazy. Um, Sales are if I haven't even looked at numbers. I see you guys are very much numbers people. We just go by the seat of our pants a lot. We feel that numbers are at least flat, if not down.
Mm,
We've got a bunch of new tequilas. We got a bunch of new brands. You guys were talking about flavored. I just brought in from Illinois. I brought in a brand called Broda, lemon, ginger, honey flavored, natural flavored vodka. I brought in a pallet and I sold through it in 3 days. Stuff is really, really good. Uh, and then they got another flavor that they're doing agave syrup, lime, and mint.
mm.
And it's kind of ugly green color. I'm getting that next Monday, Tuesday. But yeah, I mean, stuff is moving.
Be bringing
Uh,
in Black Mama. How dare you cheat on me?
I never got it. You guys never sent it.
Said what?
Never
Come
sent
on.
it. I'm here.
Said
I'm ready.
what?
I'm the
The
one that's
sample?
over here. I'm the one that's over
Oh,
here with open arms. Bring it.
okay.
Send it to me.
I hooked you up with it. Okay.
Hey,
Sure.
Ernesto, you want some William Grandson's
You know what?
RTDs?
I even sat up with when you were speaking. So I mean, the thing is that's like you said. I'm a small guy here, and then obviously you guys know about you know issues going on with RNDC here in California, but I'm the
Yeah.
small guy. Um, who carries that brand? The brands here in California. Why wouldn't they just take it? I'm a little bit confused on that of
Are they
why.
RTD?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can tell you that the inventory is sitting in Hayward.
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
75,000 cases, man.
Wow.
Dirt
That is
cheap.
amazing. Well, how do I? I'm not good at this. How do I send you? You got my email. Send me an email with the
Yeah, we
info.
talked the other day. We talked the other day, and I appreciate
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
call.
yeah. You got it. Yeah, you got my info. Yeah,
I'll send
send
you.
it
I'll
to
send you.
send me a send. I'll shit.
And
I don't have
you ought to
any
look
issue.
at Vanessa's product too. I mean, she's right there, and
Yeah.
You don't
We've
care
talked
about
about
me.
it.
You
We
don't care
no,
about me.
we've
we
talked
all care
about
about
it.
you,
He don't
Vanessa.
care about Black Mama.
Oh, no,
We've
we
been
do.
talking about it all the time. Did you end up sending it? Because you said it was gonna be or approved for Total Wine. Is it? I haven't seen it here. Is it here? Did you get it here in California?
Yeah, I went through Lip Dib in
Ah,
RNDC at the time. Yeah, it's in Total Wine.
okay,
But
lived
I
it.
don't want you just to want me because I got Total Wine. You gotta want me to want the brand because it's more
Of
than Total
course,
Wine. I'm coming out with a
of course.
rhubarb gin, so I'll send that to you.
I am down. I mean, the last 3 months
You
I've got.
down with the brown?
Of course I am. Are you kidding me?
And I don't mean
Can you
UPS.
can you see me? Can you see? Yeah, yeah. The issue here is that we've gotten. Good morning, buenos dias. We've
All
gotten.
right.
Come on in. Yeah, yeah. We've gotten a Colombian gin, brand new. So I'm diversifying from the agave, even though agave is our strong point.
Yeah, nice.
Selva gin, corn based. Selva means jungle. Botanicals are sourced from 20 miles around the distillery in the jungle of Colombia. This is the first gin out of Colombia. So we've
But is
got
it gonna
gin,
have tariffs? You
we
know
got
the man
vodka.
upstairs don't like anything outside of this country.
Exactly. As of right now, we've been skirting tariffs. We got tariffs on nothing that we're bringing in, but our portfolio is growing. We've never had gin before. We've got vodka. We've got you guys know about the whiskeys, right? You know the Mexican whiskey. This one showed it to you guys previously.
Mhm.
Okay.
In the can. So this is doing pretty good. So we've got some
All
stuff.
right.
Oh,
I'm gonna send you my rhubarb gin, which is selling well in Michigan. I had only made
send
it
it
for
to me.
Michigan for Imperial, Imperial Beverages, my distributor out there.
Mhm.
And I've been getting so many orders for it. And I just
I
said, I might as well do a national rollout because
yeah. We're
everybody likes
also
the rhubarb gin.
we're also with Imperial in Michigan, but probably gonna pull out. We're gonna pull out of the state most likely because of the way
No,
that
I'm with
the way they do their consignment payment things and everything. It's not worth it for us. We can't do
Oh
that.
no, I move a lot. They just placed another pallet order for me.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have.
yeah, they order great, but having my accounts
Not
receivable.
brokering for you?
What's that?
They not brokering? They're not a broker for you either? Are they
I
bro
know they just
they're just the ADA. But I
yeah,
have them they're my broker, so they're making sure that they make their 15-14% commission. They
yeah,
have to sell the brand.
they're
Okay.
making their commission, and then our stuff is expensive, so they make good money when they sell, but it's not selling, and then and the way and
Got
they
it.
like you said they order, but it's not good for us. We're too small to have $150,000 in accounts receivable from them, and they're paying less than $1,000 a month. We can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't
No.
afford it. Yeah.
Well, I'll send you that because I want to move away from LibDid. I have to like literally go off on them. And
Yeah.
I got a cup. I don't know what's been going on, but
Well,
we've been busy over here.
well,
I'm just waiting for my still to come in. I saw you guys talked about me last episode, Mike.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't get the still yet. It's supposed to come next week, and I'm so scared. So I'm
Well,
just
I saw your tanks coming in, but yeah.
yeah.
yeah, I got the place together. So, but I've been busy. I'm here at this place, and I got orders to do. But it's so strange. I got a ton of Black-owned restaurants and just started ordering like I've never been here before. you know, so they're supporting. It's been really busy. You know, a lot of the ones in the city, you know, Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island. You know, I did a presentation to the BRC. It's called the what is it? Black Restaurant Coalition. It's like 200 restaurants they have as a coalition. And, you know, they just, you know, started ordering. So I'm just putting something.
Vanessa,
I
do
got a
they have
couple
a,
of restaurants in California that wants to pull in. Same
I was
thing.
just gonna say, do they have a California chapter of that? Because
I They got
I've got
it's
a
not
few
really a
things.
chapter, but they do have, like, I think what happened when I sent the email after I did the presentation, they reached out across the US. I didn't even know there was like 300,000 Black-owned restaurants
Really?
that buy alcohol. Yeah, I got the list. So I'm trying to commandeer, you know, that's been busy, I guess, because of you know, the political climate. So they're really
Yeah.
just trying to support, um, you know, Black and women owned, you know, and in some sort of solidarity. I'm
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Send me your products, send me the list. Okay, so a little bit about I don't know if you want to touch a little bit about this RNDC thing in California.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, LibDib is part of RNDC. You guys all know that, right?
Right.
I don't know if we were able to talk this. I wasn't in the last one, but I've been talking this so much I don't know who I've told it to. The conspiracy theory here is RNDC had set up LibDib. LibDib's been around for maybe 3 years or something, right?
Five
At least,
years.
is it
Five,
five? Okay.
5 years.
Yeah, a little while. And you know, there's logistics and all that. You obviously you know how they work, but no salespeople, right? So the masterminds here thinking what's going on with California RNDC is the biggest reason of the pullback, other than them losing big portfolios, right? Is that they want to break that union, the salesman union and the driver union, right? And that's the big thing right now, because it's already in the news here locally, or in the talk locally, that even the vehicles, because they're gonna put all their trucks up for auction, and because I'm monitoring that, because they're well maintained, they're nice cars, whatever. I want to see if I go to the auction, pick up a truck or two, but they were just prohibited from selling their trucks to Southern, to Reyes, which is coming up strong,
Reyes.
or Breakthrough, or there's another, or Mexico. If any of their vehicles are sold to, I think it's those four, there's another company, they are obligated to bring on the drivers and keep them union. So there's a big union thing going on that I honestly don't even understand. We're the small guys. We got a portfolio of 40 brands right now with their various expressions. And what I'm trying to do, I put out there on my LinkedIn, I put out there, any good talent, from RNDC that wants any kind of a job. We obviously cannot afford what RNDC was paying, but there's going to be 1,200 salespersons in California that are going to be without a job. And all those 1,200 people are not going to be able to go to those four other big companies, because they're not in need of salespeople. So I put it out there. I'm the little guy. I've gotten about 20 resumes and stuff like that of people that, yeah, I've seen your portfolio. I see what you got. I could kill it with this. I could kill it with that. And then one last thing, some of the brands, I'm bringing in a new brand. I'm meeting with them next week, a new tequila and a mezcal called Nock, Nock. The lady owner, she hired on an RNDC salesperson on her own for the brand. That person is going to basically be selling for the brand and for me. They're going to be pulling we're going to be getting those orders. She is paying the base. It's a really small base, like a stipend base to this person, and I'm going to be paying the commission. So we're the brands are getting together to be able to afford good talent that's being let go by RNDC. So, I mean, for your brands, for California, if you could reach out to RNDC people, RNDC people, whatever, hire somebody on to work with just your brands in California, through me, I'll pay the commission, you pay the stipend, and we could, you know, run with it. It's a great opportunity, I think, for us
Yeah.
as a small distributor, even to pick up brands. We know $1 million brands that have been let go, or they're going to be dropped September 2nd, that they've already gone to Southern, already gone to Breakthrough, and they've been denied. They are not wanted at these distribution houses, and they're not going to have anywhere to go. I've gotten hit up by one, but I don't have the wherewithal. I would need to have 20 delivery trucks to be able to just bring that on. It would be great if I had the funding. I would buy the trucks tomorrow. But yeah, it's crazy. This pot in California is getting stirred pretty strong.
That's fascinating. Hadn't
Quick
really thought about
question.
impact.
Quick question, Mike. Quick question. When they're selling their trucks, are they selling their routes too and their accounts?
Well,
Well, they're letting
these
go
guys are
of the
gonna. Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of picking up this talent. I talked to a guy yesterday. He's an account manager for RNDC San Diego, and he's like, yeah, I'm being let go. I see your portfolio. I want to work with you. I know your stuff. And he told me he said I have 12 salesmen underneath me now at RNDC. Said I'm all like, well, to cover San Diego, I mean, let's talk about it. I don't know how I'd be able to afford that. If we could do some kind of a commission thing only, we obviously pay much more commission than the big companies because they get a base. I said, if you guys are willing to do, commission, some kind of a stipend, maybe for gas or something, and you bring, and exactly what you're saying, Vanessa, bring your account. How many accounts do you have? He goes, oh, we're covering 490, almost 500 accounts in San Diego County.
Wow.
I'm like, great. I'm in LA. We have probably 20 accounts in San Diego.
Right.
So I told him, I said, if you want to come up, it's basically virgin territory. All your salespeople keep going to where they're going, just with a new book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And keep pushing through. You guys have the relationships, and I got plenty. I've got, like I said, it is agave heavy, tequila, mezcal, raicilla, sotol, bacanora, vodka. Now we got vodka. Now we have gin. So we're working on bringing in other things. And we had this talk yesterday. He goes, you know what? He said there was a whiskey or a bourbon or something it was like in their premium portfolio with RNDC, right? That was selling just in California. This one guy that called me in San Diego, they were selling 5 pallets a month, and they have not found a home. I said, okay, why don't we do this? Let's sit down and you and I talk. We could work out an agreement. We'll talk to the brand and tell them, hey, your number one salesperson is coming with me. Why don't we see if we can bring your brand also, right? And do this. And the brand they have to invest a little bit into keeping a distributor in California, right? You're being dropped to RNDC, right? Invest a little bit, help me with the stipend for the sales guy. This guy was already selling your stuff. He was already selling the 5 pallets. Let's keep that momentum going. And then we could do at least San Diego. And then we could find your same guy. There's got to be a guy that was doing the same thing in LA. Let's find that guy. Let's bring in mom. Let's talk to him. Let's talk to the guy in Sacramento. Let's talk to the guy or gal in San Francisco. And let's do that and bring your brand over and let's keep those sales going. So that's where I'm at now. I honestly, I'm a little bit nervous talking to all these people because it's a risk. It's exciting. It's a great opportunity. And we're really hoping that we could do something from now to the end of the year with RNDC shake up.
Yeah, that's exciting.
It's a big opportunity, and it really is amazing that they're just walking away. But now we understand a little bit of the motivation behind it.
I think that's it. That's what they're saying. That's what it was. Oh, last thing, since they already knew, I guess since they bought Young's Market Company.
Yeah.
A few years back, right? They already knew that when they bought Young's, they were bringing in over all this union stuff and issues and blah blah blah. they create R&D, they create LibDiv, and I'm also seeing on LinkedIn that LibDiv is also they're cherry picking some of these salespeople, and they're going to start having
Good.
sales, getting salespeople, but without the union. So
Yeah,
that's a strategy that we're seeing that they're doing. But again, they're not going to be able to pick up the 1,200 people, salespeople that are
Right.
being dropped by RNDC.
Hey, Ernesto, were you able to reach that RNDC guy I gave you the contact to?
Yes, I did, and we did talk a little bit. Dave Danny, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I got it right here. Yes, sir.
Cool. Good to hear. Let me
Yeah.
know how that works out. He's a good
For
guy.
sure.
He's
Yeah,
old, but he's a
we're
good guy.
trying. Yeah, we're trying to figure this out. A lot of
Good.
people have come to me. Yeah, well, I need my 200K base, to be able to come and work with you. All like shit. I was like, well, I'm sorry. There's no way there's no way I can do that.
me
But
too.
if
I need my 200K base too. Shoot.
exactly, I'm all, like, yeah, that's, that was my base, and then, my 1.5% commission. I'm like, no, man. I mean, I could do it backwards. I'm doing 10% commission, and I'll give you $200 a week for gas.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, no, well, I'll keep looking. I said, well, good luck. And I'm here. My offer is open. These people have good accounts. They have good relationships. They've been in the business for a while. And we brought on one lady from Sacramento. Probably this guy that I talked to yesterday from San Diego is going to come on board. And then I got talking to two people here locally in Ontario, in LA right now. And we're
Yeah,
going to see
I'm
what
down.
happens with Dave Danny also.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
Great opportunity.
these are really exciting and anxious times. I mean, I wake up and I'm like anxious, or it's exciting. It's just so much going on.
Yeah.
That 10 years from now, we're going to look back and say, holy crap,
Yeah.
we lived through this.
Exactly. And on our end, on top of that, we keep opening up states. We just opened up. We just sent our first shipment to New Jersey on Tuesday.
Who are you using in New Jersey?
New Jersey, it is
Not Allied.
no. We deal with little people, little people
Fedway?
like us. Let's see, was it Artisan?
Not Fedway. Oh, you mean it's a smaller.
Yeah, smaller one. I don't know.
I think the smaller ones are. I think what's happening, because I'm using a smaller distributor in Illinois, which is phenomenal. He pays on time and he sells through.
Vine Street.
Yeah. I
Vine
think what's
Street
going to
Imports
happen is
in New Jersey.
Bond Street Imports. I haven't heard of them. I think the smaller distributors are going to really take advantage of this opportunity right now with all the shakeups that's going on. Because even Southern is having a hard time. Remember, they took on Brown Forman. They're even having a hard time just getting the whole logistics and getting everything together. They're not even servicing accounts, and accounts are, upset. Same thing with RNDC, and same thing is happening across the board. So I think this is the time for smaller distributors to really move quickly and take over these accounts if they possibly can.
We're definitely, that's our goal. That's our goal, to be able to take advantage of the shakeup, and a small fish for big companies like RNDC is a big fish for us. So we're definitely looking for brands that are not finding a home, and talent that's also not finding a home. So yeah, that's what we're doing actively right now. I got a folder here on my desk that says resumes. Found all these resumes. Never really done this before, because it's for us, it's all family. Everybody works for us. It's all family based. So it's looking at reading resumes, which I've never done, stuff like that. In 25 years, it's just been us, and now it's this opportunity, like you're saying, and we're excited. We're excited. We are nervous too. Anxiety is through the roof. My
Yeah.
cortisol levels are crazy.
That keeps,
Anxiety,
yeah, that
he's so
keeps you
finding
motivated.
me.
Yeah.
Did you ever connect, Ernesto, did you ever connect with Jody up in New Hampshire?
You know what? I sent emails, Mike. Sent emails, never heard back.
Yeah,
So
we
I don't
should
know.
try one once again because they're the right fit for you. You know, they're smaller, but they've got
I
multiple
love it.
stores. New
Yeah.
Hampshire,
In New Hampshire, Jody, they're
Jody Reese,
they're
Stone Fence Beverage.
okay. They're a
Yeah.
distributor.
Yeah.
If you
Isn't
could
New
give them
Hampshire a control state? Sorry, Ernesto.
it's okay. If you could give
Yeah.
them a little nudge, Mike,
Yeah, I will.
on your end, because yeah, I've sent out the emails and I never heard back, and I called and never heard back.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they have they kind of play both sides. They're a distributor, but they also have a brand. I forget what it's called. Cask. I don't know. Anyway, Cask and Crew. They bought that brand, so they have a separate company for that as well. But
Tell me that info again, Mike. What's his name? Stone
Stone
what?
Fence Beverage, Jody at stonefencebev.com. Jody.
Jody. Stone Bev.
Stone Fence Bev.
Stone Fence. I'll send an email again right now as soon as we get off the Zoom.
Perfect. Yeah, copy me on it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Say,
Yeah.
hey,
I'm gonna send an email too. I need help too.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Go
do
ahead.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
good
we got to
guy.
help each other out. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah, yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Let's see. Everyone who's been on has shared a lot today. I
Yeah.
think it's a good deep dive. Vanessa, so where are you? So you're waiting for your stills. You got your building. You got and now you got your folks off for the summer. Don't you give them off for the summer or some of them?
Yeah, I do, but I need to call them back.
Good. That's a good.
Yeah, I saw my nephews. I gave them, yeah, they take off for the summer. They're going to be coming soon because I got to train them at the new place. And what I did I'm still here. I still have my distillery here, but I
Yeah.
have a friend who set up her own distribution. So I'm leasing the space to her, and then I'm using a small portion of it where I just have one of my smaller bottling machines. Yeah, because she right now is the salesperson for a big, I'm not gonna say a big brand, but a fairly known brand right now. But she's trying to get out because she sees the writing on the wall with
Mhm.
Manhattan beer and everything else, and she would rather do her own thing. So I'm leasing her the space, so which kind of works out pretty well because then if for her to be a distributor, you know, Manhattan Beer is across the street. She can, I can still have this space here, and then I have my space. Not literally my space, but my space. And
Yes.
it's pretty much done. I'm just doing punch lists right now. I'm just waiting for the still, and I'm so nervous. I am so scared. I don't know how to feel,
Well,
but
so
I know.
when we last talked, you were no, it was what was coming from China? The still? No.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
so where is
yeah.
it?
It's on the water. It's gonna hit the port on the 16th. New York,
Okay.
New Jersey. So I got a customs clearance. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm gonna take it into my place and just keep it moving and, you know, get a couple of more clients. If I have to sell vodka for $5, then I'm gonna have to do that. $5 a bottle. That's what I'm gonna have to do. And then I'm doing stuff with St. Croix. So, I was in St. Croix. I think I was in St. Croix the month before, but I'm going back again. So that way I can, what I'm going to do is I'm not bringing the cane in, I'm bringing the low wines in. So a friend of mine has he just built a big distillery, doesn't know how to run it. So we were there And so I'll consult for him. And you know what? He has 160 acres of cane. So in St. Croix, which is part of the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Mhm.
And what I'm going to do is just process it, low wines, and bring it over. And then throw it in my still. And then I can still call it, I still can call it St. Croix rum,
Yeah.
you know? So, but I plan to do so many different things with it. So that's an option. But I'm over here. I'm just hanging in there and I'm just
Just hanging
watching.
in, making
Yep.
rhubarb gin.
Yeah. And selling to the restaurants. Just doing what I got to do. You guys know how it is. When it's the grind,
Yep.
you
Yep. Yep. Yep.
become very creative. You know, I was listening to the conversation about the non-alc. You know what? It just made
You
me
should
you
do
know, I
it.
have a chai tea vodka, right? What if
Yeah.
I just put the chai tea?
Yeah.
Non-alc.
In the bottle, right? Well, no,
Right.
it should still be chai tea vodka, but just de-alcoholized.
Right.
So
There's
have
no
whatever.
alcohol
But
in it.
again, the problem is, what's the flavor of vodka? It's hard to like gin you can do. Oh, I taste juniper.
Right. But as you guys were talking, I said, I just have to have a non-alc chai tea in a
I
750 ml,
I think I still have a bottle of your chai tea right here.
which is absolutely delicious. But you know what? Might just do that for the upcoming season.
Oh no,
You know?
this is your Juneteenth from last year.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's like sold out. But
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm here, guys. There's nothing new. It won't be anything new and exciting until after the 16th. So our next meeting.
All right. Which, by the way, let's see, what's the date?
It's so damn hot. I can't take this heat. This is too much.
How hot is it over
Probably.
there? We're in a heat wave right now here in SoCal.
Oh my gosh. It's like horrific. Unbelievable.
All right. So here's the situation. The next meeting would be on August 1st. Friday, August 1st. I
I'm
will
cool
be
with
at
that.
the Newport Jazz Festival. So let's assume we're having it August 1st, but it might be a little different. But I don't know.
Doing a remote. You'd be doing a remote show at that
Yeah,
point.
well, we might do a remote. Coming to you live from the Newport Jazz Festival. Let's go over to the concession stand and see what they're pouring. Right.
Nice.
Right?
That is fine with me.
Here are the summer trends in Newport beverage consumption.
Exactly.
All right. Thank
Very
you
good.
all. This was a
It's
good,
great to see you all.
intimate,
Same
yet
here.
very, very powerful.
Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
All right.
Hey, if anybody
everyone.
needs to pick my brains on international trade stuff, I'm always here.
Let's do it.
Yes.
It seems to be the flavor of the
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the flavor of the decade.
good.
Yeah.
So
All
you're
right.
right.
Let's do it.
Hey, Ernesto,
We
I'll
got some
send you
right.
that
we got
file.
some homework to do. Let's get it done.
All
Ernesto,
right. I'll
send
be
you that
talking
file.
to you, Ernesto.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right, guys.
All right. See ya.
Take
Good night.
care. Bye-bye.